Hello, my name is Adrien Henni. I'm the co-founder and chief editor of East-West Digital News. It's an English language publication on Russian digital industries. So we created this publication for international investors and tech companies who are interested in the Russian market with growing opportunities in the field of high tech, but who do not understand Russian. So they can read us. You know, this conference is truly impressive because although it takes place in Ukraine every year, I don't know any similar conference in Russia concerning partly Russia. I mean, it's the highest concentration of startups and investors that I have seen, and all these investors come from Western countries and from Eastern countries. Many of them cover Russia, but even in Russia we don't have these concentrations. I don't know any events with such concentrations. Well, I think this is what I liked the most. It's the opportunity to meet plenty of people, really plenty, from so many countries. I really would recommend foreigners and people from the Central and Eastern Europe to come here next year, if they didn't already do it this year, because of this huge networking opportunity. It's just unique in the region, I think. One of them is East-West Digital News. It's not the best one, it's practically the only one to cover in English by international information standard high-tech, startup and investor news in Russia. We still don't cover Ukraine and other Central and Eastern European countries, but who knows, one day it might happen. I would mention another one, which is in both English and Russian, which is a rather original approach to Russian region. They cover a lot, business news, and investment facts and news from Russia's regions. This is March month news. This is both in Russian and English, and it's a unique resource in that sense that it covers this huge country, and I don't know any other resource that does it in English. Yes, indeed, we have issued the first international research study about Russian e-commerce in partnership with Pricewaterhouse and several universities. We interviewed 80 players, mainly Russian, but also international ones like eBay or DHL. It has been a great piece of work, so we cannot issue 10 such reports per year, but still, for next year, for 2013, we plan to issue reports on such issues as marketing and payments in Russia. These issues are already covered in our e-commerce report, but we would like to do more deeper reports on these specific issues and full-fledged research on these topics. Startups in the e-commerce space, well, I wouldn't say it's a very easy space. It's not an easy industry. A well-known entrepreneur in this industry in Russia, Oskar Hartman, the founder of Kupivip.ru, said one day that running an e-commerce company in Russia requires as much dexterity as dancing on the stage of the Bolshoi theater. So it's very difficult because all these issues are complicated, from payments to logistics to HR to legal aspects, etc., etc. So e-commerce is not easy. You really need to be experienced. You really need to command a range of issues that are not. I suppose it's much easier to build a startup in some other industries than e-commerce. So this would be the first thing to know. It's difficult. The second thing to know is it requires a lot of money as a rule. There are huge companies already, and they raise millions or dozens of $1 million, and it's necessary in certain cases, in many cases, in order to solve all these issues like logistics, for instance.